Hello, so in this video we'll be making the knotted headband, and the materials we'll be needing, these are the materials we'll be needing our fabric, one piece of fabric. Dimension is 28 inches by 12 inches, 28 inches length, 12 inches width. We'll be needing our interfacing. It's called soft wadding. If you're looking for, if you go to a tailoring shop and you want to buy this, it's called soft wadding. And we'll be needing our Eyelash band, our chalk to mark, our glue gun, and of course the glue, our scissors, our measuring tape, matching thread, and ruler. So let's get started. So the first thing we'll be doing is to work on our fabric, and this fabric is 28 inches long, 28 inches long. Look at this, 28 inches long and 12-inch wide. So it's 28 inches long and 12-inch wide. So the next thing we're doing is to fold it over, just like this. And once you fold it over, you measure from the open end. You'd measure 9 inch down on this side, and on the other side 9 inch, on the other end 9 inch down. You would also measure on the closed side. Now you're going to measure 2.5 inch out. You do the same thing on this other side, 2.5 inch out. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to connect the line. So you're connecting the 2.5 inch from here to the 9 inch here. So you can do this with free hand actually, just it doesn't have to be straight, like a bit curvy. So I just connected this side. I'll do the same thing for the other side. So I'm just going to connect this like this. So I'm done connecting. The next thing I'll be doing is to trim it off. I'm going to just trim this off now. Cut it off. Do the same thing for the other side. After trimming these parts off, what you should have here is 10 inches. 10 inches. And remember, we had cut our interfacing, and what we cut was, or what we cut is 10 inch by 12 inch. So what we're going to do next is to place this, to fuse this to our fabric. Of course on the wrong side. So on the wrong side of the fabric, you're placing this. You're placing the shiny part of this, the part that has this glossy thing on it, because that's the glue. You're placing it on the wrong side of the fabric at exactly that 10 inch point, at exactly the straight line, just on the straight line. Then you iron it. So I'm going to iron this and bring it back to tell you what next to do. Okay, so I'm done ironing the interfacing on the back, or to the back of the fabric, and this is how it looks. So this is what the front looks like. The next thing I'm going to do is to just flip this over. Now we'll be needing to sew, so I'm just going to show you how we're going to be sewing it, and we'll be leaving some space here. So I'll just show you how we're going to be doing it. So from this point here, from the end of the interfacing we added, that's the wadding we added, I'm going to mark 3.5 inch down on both sides. So you're marking 3.5 inch down on both sides, directly from the where the wadding stops. So what's going to happen is that we're going to be sewing from this end to here, and we'll leave this part up onto this place open. We'll sew here again, leave this part open, and sew the rest. So we're leaving space here that we'll be using to turn or to fix our Eyelash band. So once I'm done sewing, I'll show you what it looks like and how we're going to be fixing the Eyelash band. Then we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm done stitching, just cutting out the thread. So as you can see, I stitched all the way to this part and there is no stitch here. The same thing down here, there's no stitch here, and all the way out. So and also it's very important when you are at this edge or any of the edges, make sure you back stitch so it doesn't lose. Can you see, like I back stitched a bit so it doesn't lose when you're turning it to the right side. So I'm just going to turn it quickly. Just turning it out to the right side. So this is what we have now. So the next thing we're going to be doing now, we'll be bringing in our eyelash band, and please watch carefully. You can watch this part again, and I'll be putting this under the eyelash band, like inside the eyelash band. So this is the eyelash band. I'll be putting this like this and tying. So you know it's a knot, so there has to be a knot. So I have to tie, and tying this. So this part might be a bit tricky, but just take your time to do it. So I'm going to be tying this. Make sure I'll make sure it's in the center of the eyelash band. Like my knot is in the center of the eyelash band. Once that is done, the next thing I'm going to be checking out for, I also have to make sure that the what's left on the two edges are equal. So if it's not equal, I'm going to adjust it till the knot is in the center and whatever is at the sides are equal. So are they equal now? Almost equal. So I'll just pull this side a bit to make sure it's equal. So I need the two sides to be equal, so our knot can be at the center. So it's equal now. So the next thing I'll be doing is to pass this side of one side, the end of the eyelash band, into that hole we left. So I'm doing that now on one side, and I'll also do it on the other side. So I've done that on one side. Can you see what it looks like now? This is what it looks like, what this side looks like. Now on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing, pass it through the hole we left. I've done it for the other side as well. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is just adjusting and adjusting, trying to ensure that the knot looks right. So you can do this as long as it takes you to make sure that you have the result you are seeing is what you want. That your knot is smooth, it's neat. So you can just keep doing this until you have what you want. So am I satisfied? If I'm not satisfied, I'll keep at it till I get exactly what I want. So I think I'm largely satisfied with this. But really, if you're not satisfied, you can keep adjusting until you are satisfied, until you like the shape of your knot. shit, do I like it now? This looks fine. So I think I'm going with this. I think I'm okay with the look. So once you are satisfied with what you have, what's left is to seal the end with your hot glue. Fold the edge in carefully. Starting from the inner part, you put your glue. Of course, when you're working with hot glue, you have to be careful. Just in case you're not used to using it, you have to be careful. You do the same thing for the other side. Once you've sealed it the first time, so it's just to fold over like this, and you're done. Fold over like this, of course adding your glue, and we are done. So let me do that. So when putting your glue, please ensure you're not putting too much so it doesn't stain the whole thing, and you just have to do it really carefully, because if you're not careful, you'll just make a mess of everything you've worked hard on. So just have to do it carefully. You take your time. Also, be careful with the way you handle the glue. It's actually hot, so you don't want to burn yourself in the process of working on this project. So just be careful. And we are done. We are done. So these are final finished products.